Today I'm going to be reviewing these brand new fragrant hair and body mists by Calvin Klein. The giant American brand have dropped a quartet of easy to wear genderless body mists that hit the sweet spot in terms of price point, size and everyday versatility. At just £24 each for a huge 263ml size bottle, that equates to around about £9 per 100ml, so you get loads of juice without the guilt. They're designed to be sprayed with abandon, lived in and layered. They also include glycerin or glycerin, so you're getting a light hit of skin softening moisture alongside the scent, so perfect to apply straight after you've had a shower and when your skin's still damp. You can pick these up from places like Boots, the Fragrance Shop or on Amazon here in the UK, but so far Boots were the cheapest, coming in at just £24 per bottle. The timing of this launch makes perfect sense too, because since the massive success of brands like Sol de Janeiro's body sprays amongst teens and 20-somethings, the whole category of like lightweight, lower price perfume alternatives has completely exploded with the under 25s crowd. And there's been literally hundreds of these kind of body sprays over the past year. These CK mists plug directly into that throw on and go routine, and they're just ideal to toss in gym bags, take away on holiday with you, or just to put in a backpack and freshen up at a summer music festival. They'd also be perfect for the office, and although the lineup will probably appeal a little bit more to a female audience, none of these are so sugary or floral that guys can't wear them. Think simple, clean, easy to wear summertime scents that just sit fairly close to the skin, and I just think they're ideal for anyone who just wants to smell good without shouting. After all, it was Calvin Klein who introduced the very first ever genderless fragrance way back in 1994 when they introduced the original CK1. And I doubt that any teenager back in the 1990s got through that decade without owning a bottle of CK1 at some stage. In terms of design, they come in these clear plastic bottles, which are more suited to sitting maybe on a bathroom shelf rather than in a fragrance collection. And these have more of a kind of a shower gel or a bathroom product aesthetic about them. Each one has a different pastel coloured cap with the Calvin Klein logo stamped into the top, which is a nod to the coloured waistbands found on the brand's famous boxer shorts. You get a plastic spray atomizer, which delivers a huge blast of moisturising mist that's not oily, but definitely leaves a noticeable silky sheen on the skin. Okay, so first up we've got this one called Silky Coconut, which I think will be the most popular one out of these four as a standalone scent. This leads with a mellow, milky coconut top note, and it's supported by a juicy pineapple in the heart, which just brightens up the coconut ever so slightly and brings a summer beachy vibe without it turning into a full-on pina colada. The coconut stays sheer and never becomes sticky or sickly, and I don't get a suntan lotion vibe from this one at all. It's a bright and summery tropical scent that's really pleasant and enjoyable, and it projects pretty well for the first hour or so, and it just settles down to a nice relaxing skin scent. All four of these share the same base note of musk, so all of them end up with a soft, powdery, comforting, musky finish. But in this particular one, the coconut is definitely the star of the show, and you'll just want to keep giving yourself repeat top-ups time after time just to experience this addictive and likeable fragrance. Longevity-wise, you're going to probably get a couple of hours out of these before you need to re-top up. They're not the strongest, but like I say, with this bottle size the way it is, you can just keep giving yourself extra top-ups. Okay, so next up is this one called Cotton Musk, which, as the name would suggest, produces a nice floral, fresh laundry vibe, but done with a bit of sophistication. It opens with white solar flowers and supported by a mild oak moss heart note, so you're met with a sun-warmed linen effect that just has a gentle green backbone. It's a modern, tidy and polished scent that has a chypre kind of cleanliness about it that just sits on top of that musky base. I'd say this is the most unisex one out of these four, and it layers perfectly with the other three, and it's just super easy to wear as a standalone scent, and it's just like putting on a freshly laundered crisp white t-shirt in the springtime. It's definitely a mood lifter and a very, very easy to wear scent, and it's about as inoffensive as it gets. Okay, so this next one is called Sheer Peach, and there's no prizes for guessing what this one's going to smell like, but it's not a rip-off of Tom Ford's Bitter Peach. The peach in this is ripe and sunny, and it's supported by a water lily note, which amplifies the freshness and just keeps it transparent and dewy, so it never tips into the candy kind of territory. It's quite cooling and refreshing, so I think more along the lines of a carbonated peach drink rather than a peach flavoured jam. Again, as it dries down, the musk catches the fruitiness and just softens it with a warm embrace. It's a really nice casual daytime scent, but probably the one I'd be least likely to wear as a guy out of these four, just because of that kind of peach note. It does lend to being slightly more on the feminine side. And last up is this one called Nude Vanilla, which is the sweetest one of the four and almost leans into the gourmand territory. It opens with a realistic vanilla note that isn't sickly sweet or too creamy for that matter. There is a subtle pear note in the heart of the scent that does lift the sweetness ever so slightly, but it doesn't dominate the vanilla, and not so much that it gets heavy or bakery sweet. It's very well balanced and produces a fairly warm and cosy scent aroma with a mellow, juicy fruitiness from that pear note in the heart. But again, the name is spot on because it's definitely the vanilla that comes through the most and is the standout accord. This one is the only one that gives me more of an evening feel with a warmer, seductive scent character, whereas the other three paint more of a picture of a bright, sunny day with a more fresh and uplifting vibe about them. But as I mentioned earlier though, these are great to layer together, so just play around and have a little bit of fun with them. Try mixing the Silky Coconut with the Nude Vanilla, and that'll create kind of a coconut custard vibe. Or maybe create peaches and cream by layering the sheer peach with the Nude Vanilla. And you can also get like a sophisticated clean cashmere vanilla by blending the coconut musk and the Nude Vanilla together. But there's tons of different ways that you can create your own signature scent. So give them a try and let me know in the comments how you layer them. Okay, so my final verdict on these is that I think they're great value for money. They're lots of fun and would make an ideal Christmas gift for like a teenager that's just heading off to college or university. The performance is probably as you'd expect from a fragrance mist. They aren't going to project or last as long as an eau de toilette or an eau de parfum fragrance, but they are decent enough, and the larger bottle size means that you can definitely afford to give yourself plenty of top-ups whenever you want a quick freshen up throughout the day. They all smell absolutely great, and in my opinion the whole range under-promises and over-delivers, because most people who try these are not going to expect too much from them, especially coming in at this price point. But when they actually get round to sampling them, I think most people will be really impressed with how they smell. Even the most basic generic designer fragrances these days are kind of creeping over the £100 mark. So when you can pick up all four of these for less than £100, you can understand why these fragrance mists are becoming so popular. I just hope that someone comes out with a more dedicated masculine range at some point. My personal favourite ones are the Silky Coconut and the Cotton Musk, simply because I think they are the ones that are most suitable for guys to confidently wear. But like I say, they all smell absolutely great and well worth the money. Anyway, that's about it for this review, but coming up soon I will be reviewing a few fragrances by a top tier Middle Eastern brand. So if you recognise this box design, you'll know who I'm talking about. I've also picked up a couple more from British brand Thompson Carter, so don't forget to look out for those reviews. They'll be coming up very, very soon, within the next week or so. And as always guys, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff, because it does really help me out massively and it just gets my videos pushed out and seen by more people. So until next time, keep smelling fantastic and try not to spend too much along the way. Bye bye for now.